I remember while I was staying at an Airbnb in Rome, it was a place that was kind of like a hostel. You know, you go up the stairs and you press this button and it lets you into these rooms with these bunk beds, and people are kind of just conducting their own business and just working on themselves, doing whatever they're doing to themselves. People are very to themselves within these hostels. If you've ever been in one of these hostels, it's not always crazy social, you know, not like the hostel I was in Costa Rica that was very, very social. This was kind of very to yourself, to your own element. And I remember there would be things, you know, routines and rituals and regimens that I would have whenever I would be on my days in these hostels. And one of them, as I still do today, is playing Sudoku. Now, I love playing Sudoku. I learned how to play this when I just picked up a Sudoku book out of the blue in a monastery. There was a house that the monks and nuns from Myanmar had me stay in. And I was just there to play, and I was there to practice meditation. But I remember I picked up this book, and it was wonderful information for me to know that I could grow myself. I could grow my mind if I only took the allotted time, the time that I had at my disposal, using the mental faculties that I had been given to appreciate the body and mind I live in, right? So I've talked about how Sudoku, it increases your concentration, your focus, your relation with your mind, your memory, and you start to find you see the possibilities when other people see problems. You see the opportunities when other people see obstacles. And you see the stepping stones when other people see stumbling blocks. So that's why I started playing Sudoku, to mold my mind and shape my mind in this way. And the man who was in charge of the hostel, he saw me playing Sudoku one day in the kitchen, and he said, hey. He said, hey. Because he saw me, I was in deep concentration. I was working on a problem. You know, you get to this box and you're like, what number goes here? And this must have been the look on my face. And he said, don't stress your brain, huh? You work it out to your brain too much. Give your brain a break, huh? I remember he told me that. He said, give your brain a break, huh? Don't stress your brain. Don't stress your mind. And I thought to myself, give my brain a break. Don't stress my mind. And I realized that this was such a sign that was so divine for me to understand how it could intertwine. You know, for him, I was stressing myself out unnecessarily. But to me, I was working out my brain. Very necessarily, I was lifting weights. I was feeling great because I could appreciate when I would get that number, right? It made me feel like a winner. Even on puzzles that were like a beginner's level, I felt I was getting stronger. Then I thought back to the times in my life when I was just sitting on the couch, playing video games. I wasn't stressing my brain that much. It was a form of pleasure. But in that form of pleasure, there wasn't the great treasure of knowing that I had a sense of improvement. Stagnancy on the couch didn't feel like movement, right? I wasn't challenging myself that much. So I wasn't really changing that much. I thought about days that I was sitting, you know, just watching Netflix. Sitcom after sitcom, program after program, feeling that the TV was broadcasting. The television was telling me a vision. It was telling lies to me visually over and over and over, that kind of stimulation with that stream of information. I didn't feel like I was changing because I wasn't really challenged. Then there were times where I was on the couch just drinking alcohol. Some of my favorites were the wine and whiskey. Wine, whiskey, and wings, those were my three things, right? The Tennessee Honey, the Jim Beam. And things always felt like a dream, like a distant, far-reaching task that was always outside of my grasp. And when I was on the couch just wasting my life away, I didn't ask those kinds of questions. What would happen if I actually challenged myself? Could I actually change? Even if I was doing something that to someone else seemed strange. So I realized this, my friend, and I want to tell you this. Understand, in life, often what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you, right? When you're taking a great measure and you want to feel that treasure, what can make you feel better, right? Sometimes we go for the pleasure, the easy things. And sometimes we go for something that seems hard. But even if it seems hard, could it not take you far? Farther than you had ever been before? Because you allow yourself to deeply explore the regions of your mind, the regions that take time, but can lead you to some place that is much more sublime in life. When someone else tells you, hey, don't challenge your brain, you might ask yourself, well, do I want to remain the same? For what doesn't challenge doesn't have that great change. Never blame yourself, for it is never in vain. If you would like to be more autonomous and more self-sustained, seek the challenge. You never have to remain. And you'll see it because you choose to be it. Much love, my friend. Much love once again. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Keep that grateful, thankful spirit. And remember, what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. You can do anything. There is nothing you cannot do. Remember, impossible is just a word that says, I'm possible. The only limitation is your imagination. Each day, you can allow your mind to stretch. Just like yoga, feeling more at your best. And when you realize that there is always more in store and more to explore, you'll see all the ways in life that you are blessed. Take care, and we'll see you again. Much love and namaste, my friend.